Hello everybody, my name is Peter and I welcome you to the AnalyticsCreator Congress 2022. Thank you for joining us. I'd like to highlight especially not only our presentation, especially the presentations from our partners. The next partner is BI Samurai. They have a very fancy presentation with embedded BI, you will see. And also the last one today is from our partner Xax. They will speak about controlling.
All right. So we will talk about Power BI Embedded and the opportunities and benefits to integrate all employees, partners, and suppliers you have as a business. I'll go through the agenda quickly. It's just a short one. I'll try to keep it short and interesting. After the introduction, and before the demo, I'll just talk a bit about what is embedded analytics, with the idea that maybe not everybody knows what it is, and just to give more details and color to it. Right. So my name is Vlad Mihanca. I'm a Power BI developer for over 5 years, data analyst in general. I've been working in the financial industries. Most recently, I worked at a trading market maker in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. But I decided to build my own business. And I'm also a BI Samurai. At BI Samurai, we are partners with AnalyticsCreator, as Peter mentioned, and we focus on Power BI services, building and implementing Power BI models and dashboards, and also complementary services like almost everything related to Power, the Power Platform from Microsoft. So that includes Power Apps, Power Automate, and I'm also the co-founder, together with Pascal from Power BI, BI Samurai, of Embedsi, and we'll talk about Embedsi this session, because with Embedsi, Pascal and I created a solution for Power BI Embedded, and that's what the demo will be about. And you can check out our websites. And of course, we're happy to share any other details you will be interested in after the session, or if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Like I said, before I go into the demo, I'll share a few things about embedded analytics. A quote from Gartner: "Embedded analytics is a digital workplace capability where data analysis occurs within a user natural workflow without the need to toggle to another application." Which means that essentially the analytics you usually have in a BI tool like Power BI, Tableau, Looker, whatever, is not anymore in this separate application, a BI tool, but it's embedded, it's together, located in the same app that everyone uses. For example, if you're a CRM manager, or you work with a CRM tool every day, with embedded analytics, you would have all the analytics you need for your daily activities in that CRM. And you can see there are like 3 ways of doing analytics. One is if you have analytics in 2 separate applications, exactly what I mentioned. So and frankly, most of today's analytics is like this. You have an app, whatever it might be, ERP system, CRM system, HR management system. And when you want to do analytics, you have to export the data or connect to the data through an API, or build a data warehouse where you get the data outside the app and put it in a warehouse, and then put it in a separate BI tool. We have a lot of clients that just take out data from the app they use because they do not have the necessary capabilities they need to do analytics. The next maybe better thing, it's not always the case. Some applications, especially the big ones that have also the budget and developers to do this, they have a reporting session. Usually they have their app. For example, I'll share for example, Monday. I don't work with Monday. I know of their platform. For example, Monday, and there are a lot of other tools like this. Right? They have a dashboard section, and you can build your own reports and see your data regarding to whatever you have in Monday. And the next best thing is to have the analytics in page, and that's exactly what I will demo in a few seconds, where you have analytics in the workflow of the user. The user works with the application, and at the same time he immediately sees analytics on the data he works with every day. Embedded analytics is also called contextual analytics for good reason, and that's because usually if implemented right, you usually see contextual analytics to the data or to the view or page you're looking at. For example, if you look at an order in your CRM system, you might look at some analytics for that company, if they ordered before, was their average order amount, and you can immediately see some context backed by data for that customer, and it should hopefully help you make better decisions. And we developed a demo for showcasing analytics, embedded analytics, and really the demo is to show other businesses that have built their own SaaS. So they have a platform where they onboard clients. Usually, as an example, our clients are companies that, for example, have platform where they onboard franchises. And if you're a franchise, you have maybe tens or hundreds of units, and you want to manage them in one system. And in this case, our client didn't have the developers or the time to develop an analytics, a robust analytics section in their application. So they got us, and we built an analytics extension to their application, embedded it in it, and now their clients have access to analytics without them lifting a finger or investing any development time from their developers. And we're also targeting platforms not like Monday. Monday is too big, but platforms that have even if they have analytics, if it's something like this, if it's just a pie chart and the bar chart, and it's a lot of the times we know from our customers, it's just too simplistic. And that's why we use Power BI to do embedded analytics, because it has a lot of capabilities in terms of designing visuals and using really complex, simple, but complex in terms of the amount of insights you can get from the visuals that you have in Power BI. And I'll show you a few examples in a minute. So in this demo, you look at our website, Embedsi. You can actually go right now or whenever you want on embedsi.io, and you'll see a stock market section. It's called Stock Market Demo, and I'll show you. It basically tracks the last 10 years of data of over 8,000 tickers exchanged on the NASDAQ. And we use market data because we thought it'd be, first of all, we have daily fresh data for it. It's always updating and live data. And we thought that it's somewhat relatable to everybody. But it's, just to make it clear, it's just a demo. We're not focused on market data, especially this embedded solution is really suited for any kind of industry or company. Any questions so far before I go into the demo? No, I'll jump into it. So I'll get into a section where we see, so imagine this is any kind of application, CRM, ERP, any kind of application we can embed into. And let's say in this case, a user workflow would be to follow their portfolio. And everything in this app, apart from this section, is not Power BI. So it's a web app, and everything in here is built outside Power BI. And you'll see that, for example, I have the tickers here, and they reflect in here, and we'll just filter for the last 36 months. So I have data for every row here. And then I'll change, for example, one position, for example, Autodesk. I'll change it to, instead of 2 stocks, I'll put a bit more. This takes a bit to load, and I'll explain you why when I'll go into the, if I have time, if I go into the architecture of the whole application. And you'll also see that if anyone follows the market, you also see that we have the last day changes. So if anyone follows the market, they know that it was a very good day for the market. The US has reported a low CPI, so a lot is in the green. So this is also showing that we upload new data in the backend. We upload new data every night. So this is data from the last trading day. And yeah, so Autodesk, I have 2 tickets here, 2 stocks. I'll change it to 5. And again, this is outside Power BI, but when I change it, it should go and immediately report it in Power BI, and you'll see the values change, right? So everything changed. I have 5 tickers and so forth. And I have a lot of other capabilities. For example, I can add new tickers. For example, add Ford, look for F as the ticker, and I should find it somewhere. There are a lot of companies with F, or just write Ford. We also search by company. Yeah, there it is. And let's say I want to add it. I purchased it on Wednesday, and I don't know what's the price now, but let's say 88, and about 10 tickers. I'll add it, and now you'll see the loading bar here. It adds it, so you will see it here, F, and this also updates, and it includes it in Power BI, and it does all the calculations. So I immediately see what's my gain and loss, and everything. So the analytics for that ticker. Say, so these ones up top changed, updated, yeah, and it's including here as well. So this is a hopefully showcases the idea of embedded analytics. So you take an action in your app and you have immediate results showing in your analytics. And for example, you see your portfolio in real time. Of course, we have other views, and for example, here's an example of a more complex chart. So we have all the tickers here displayed on a line chart. Usually this is a very messy chart, but we developed at BI Samurai. This is one of our custom visuals for Power BI. And again, I come back to the versatility of Power BI, that you can build really complex and useful charts. And for example, I can do this here, and for the time selected, I can see even if I don't understand, I cannot read the lines here. I have a nice table here where I can see, right, and I hover over them, I can see which tickers did best, right? So for example, I see Ford here. It had an upside of 128% in this time frame. So from the 12th, 2020 to so the 28th of December to the 16th of December, right? And if I do this, I see in other I see the the general downtrend of the market. I also see year-to-date values or other interesting insights. That'd be interesting. I also have we have other. The idea is we can really build almost anything if we have the data, and if we have the application to work with. Of course, if somebody wants to embed analytics in their application, it requires a bit of collaboration, right? We will probably need access to that application in one way or another, but it's minimal access and touch points from the people who want to embed, because we don't need their developers. We can do this almost without any help from the people interested in implementing this for their business. So yeah, so this is the demo. I think my time is up. I'm not sure. It's just 9:30.
No, you have still time. You have 15 minutes.
Okay. So then I'll explain this, for example, because this is interesting. This section, analytics, I can look at my tickers, and you'll see show me all the tickers that have a gain or loss between. Basically, this is infinite, and this is 300% is also a lot. And let's look at 36 months, and you'll see that my here on the left, I'll see the performance of my tickers in the last 36 months. Right, and I see which one did which ones. So this is again some examples of maybe more complex charts that actually show you how you're doing. And this chart here, this is again developed by BI Samurai for Power BI, and here I can choose For example, I want to compare Microsoft, like the performance of Microsoft in my portfolio against other companies. So I'll choose Microsoft, and I immediately see it had an upside in the last 36 months of 65%. I see the median is 6.2, so it's well above the median, but it's also below some other tickers. For example, ON or NET or CrowdStrike, Etsy, they're above. So this is this 229%. This is comparing to the median, and this is comparing to Microsoft. So ON had a 261% more upside than Microsoft in this case. And yeah, Ford, for example, which had 50% increase in the last 36 months, is 12% lower than Microsoft in terms of gains over this period. Another thing which is cool here is I can look at all the tickers in my not in my portfolio, but in the whole database. So I mentioned we have over 8,000 tickers, and imagine if anyone knows a tool where you can do this, please share it with me. But I never saw anything like this before, where you can actually look at the entire set of tickers traded on a given exchange, Nasdaq in this case, and see in the last 36 months which tickers had an upside of more than 50%. Now, one disclaimer here is, and we also added in here, we use free data from dwhautomation. So this is a bit, if you see increases like this, don't fret about missing out on them, because they're probably not accurate. Usually the companies well known are accurate. So for example, Tesla, I'm pretty sure they had, in the last 36 months, they had an increase of 717%. But yeah, if you see increases like this, they're probably not accurate. But in any case, right, I don't know of any other tool that can do this. You compare all the tickers exchanged on Nasdaq and see which performed better than the other. And of course, you can use this as well and compare. So again, this is over 8,000 tickers. Right. So hopefully you'll see that, yeah, it's more complex than a pie chart and a bar chart, and it's actually we're trying to show what companies can do with these kinds of solutions. Now, if I still have time, I'll go into the my last slide here.
Yes, of course. There's still time.
Yeah, and explain a bit of the architecture. So the backend is all hosted in Azure, and it's, yeah, we build our data warehouse. Well, in this case, it's not. It's really a database. We don't have a full-fledged warehouse. It's just a demo, but yeah, you can build as small or as big as you want in Azure. And of course, you can use your AnalyticsCreator to build your data warehouse. And we have the data production, which is with some Python scripts that we basically pull in data from dwhautomation, which is a publicly available library that we use to gather data. And we ingest it into the warehouse every night. And we also have the Power BI embedded capacity hosted in Azure. Because with Power BI, I forgot to mention this, but another, or maybe let me mention the benefits of Power BI embedded in terms of cost. For example, with Power BI embedded, you don't need the license for every user. You purchase a capacity, the Power BI team has posted. I mean, they have a page where you can look at their pricing. Just as a reference, the cheapest capacity is $700 a month, basically $1 per hour. You can play around with that and reduce the cost a little bit, but think of that as in you have a capacity that can support tens, hundreds, maybe even 1,000 users, different users using your everything that you build in Power BI. So from a certain scale, it makes sense to get a capacity. So that's one benefit. You don't have a license per user. Another benefit is that companies who implement analytics like this obviously don't spend the developer time and money to do that, so they can focus on improving their product, their SaaS platform. And they also open up new revenue streams, right? When you have a good analytics solution for your platform, you can obviously charge more. There are a lot of companies that their whole business is just providing good quality data or charts. So why not have these companies that didn't have analytics before have this implemented, and they can add more value to their customers. And another very important, I believe, benefit is that you reduce the chance of your customers exporting the data out of your app. So you create you make your application more sticky. Your customers spend more time on it because they don't. If they have good analytics, they don't need to go onto another platform to analyze their data. And like I say in this subtitle, it really embedded analytics opens up the possibility to gain insights for everyone. Usually when companies do analytics, it's usually only the C-suite, right? The CEO, the CTO, the CFO, they look at the charts, but nobody else looks at them. But with embedded analytics, everyone can have analytics for them related to what they're doing every day. So better decisions can be done before they reach the CEO or the CFO. Right, so back to this. This is our backend. Then you build the reporting in Power BI service, right? You build a semantic model there. You have basically the measures and everything you need to build your reports. And then in the app, you build your app in whatever you want. Power BI is agnostic of the technology you use, either in the backend or in the front end. So you don't really care about that. So on the app, you have your app, you have a component here, a component there. You can have a Power BI visual embedded here. You can have a component here, and so forth. So you can really integrate these Power BI visuals and components everywhere in the app, so it seamlessly communicates back and forth with the app. And that's it. Thank you for listening, and I hope it was somewhat interesting. And I'm happy to take any questions if there are any. If not now, any time you want, you can reach to us. You can reach us on LinkedIn, on our website, on Embedzi.
Thank you, Vlad. This was a really great presentation.
Thank you.